Okay, g'day everyone. In this lesson, what we're going to learn how to do is create some paper with lines on it. All right, so it's a pretty easy effect to achieve, and you can use this in type of like a collage type thing, like I've used here. So in order to make it, let's create a new document. And we might just choose 1920 by 1080, our HD TV preset, but we might swap the width and the height, 1080, 1920, so we get more of a portrait orientation. Let's click create. Okay, now first thing we want to do is just to change the background color. So grab the paint bucket tool and maybe just choose like a light blue or something so that we can see the paper on top of it. Then we need to make a new layer, and this is where the layer that our paper is going to go on. So grab the rectangle marquee tool from here. It may be hidden, and draw a rectangle out for our paper, and we're going to fill that with white paint. So grab the paint bucket tool, choose white from up here, or you can click that button there and swap them around so our foreground color is white. There we go. Now we want to deselect, so Command D will deselect. Alright, we want to get the lined paper look on there. So to do that, go into your effects button and go into pattern overlay. Alright, now in pattern overlay, click this button here, and you'll need to go and click this cog here and go to grayscale paper, and just click append or OK. Probably append. No, not append. Let's just click OK because you'll get less options there. Where is it? Grayscale paper. Click OK. Now I think it's this one here was the one that I used, lined, and if you click it, you can see the textures of the paper. You can see the texture changes. So I've got lined paper going on here. There's a couple of different ones you could choose from. I might use that one there. Okay, now depends on the lines, on how close or far away you want them. These are quite far away, so you could take if I click there, you can see my scale's at 500%, but yours are probably default to about 100%, and then you get the lines will be closer together, and depending on if you want a close-up piece of paper, you could up the scale to make them further apart. I'll just keep it 100% for now. Alright, click OK, and there we have our lined paper. Now, just to make it a bit more realistic, we'll just add a quick drop shadow. So go back into your effects, click drop shadow, and my angle is at 90%, distance is 2, spread 0, size is 2. I'm just going to leave it at that just so you get a bit of a sharp edge, so it looks like it's coming away from the background a little bit. That's pretty much it. Now, that's one piece of paper. Why don't we duplicate the layer by holding Option down on your keyboard and clicking and dragging on layer 1 and dragging another layer underneath. So now we've got 2 of them. We've just copied the layer. So let's hide the bottom layer so we can't see it, and we might create a tear in this piece of paper. So to do that, zoom in a little bit, maybe like this, grab the lasso tool, and let's just draw some, jaggedy parts along here. Let's create a bit of a tear, and then join the selection up, and then all you need to do is hit delete on the keyboard. I'm actually on the wrong layer, so I've actually deleted it from that bottom layer, so I'm just going to undo that. No, I didn't do anything, so probably because it's hidden. Just make sure your top layer is selected and then hit delete. Alright, and then either click inside the selection or Command D will deselect, and there's a bit of a tear. Now, to make it a little bit more realistic, what we can do is add a layer mask, which is this button here. And make sure we're working on our layer mask and grabbing our paintbrush tool. Go into your brushes panel here, select brushes, and go into dry media brushes. Let's just choose this one here, Kyle's Ultimate Pastel Palooza, and close our brushes panel. Remember, if you can't see your brush panel, go into window and choose brushes, and that will come up. And the right and left bracket keys will change the size of your brush. Let's zoom in a little bit and pan around with the spacebar. Now, with the layer mask selected, you can only use black and white paint. It acts a bit like an eraser, but it just hides instead of rubs out completely. So what you can do is you can just go around the edges here to kind of roughen them up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to do a really quick job here, pan across. Now, the good thing about a layer mask is if you make a mistake, instead of it being rubbed out, I can just go back to white paint and it will paint it back. So you can see over here in the mask, anything black is hidden, anything white is revealed. So it's hiding and showing parts of the layer that it's applied to. Back to black paint, and let's just go roughly along here. There we go. And now we've got the same piece of paper but with a torn edge. So if I show you the original, and then we've got that one there. All right, now you could duplicate this layer again, and you might want to create one that has either, I'll just do it quickly, has the lines a bit further apart, something like that. Okay, you might want to use the lasso tool, and you might want to tear the other edge. Okay, so you can keep layering on top of each other and creating different designs. Now, what you could do is you could use it in another design like I have here. So all I've done is I've just, you could do it two ways. You could do it like we did in the other lesson. You could right click and you can quick export as a PNG, okay, or you could just drag and drop the layer up into our design, drop it in, and then the piece of paper will come in and you can resize it as you need to. Okay, so that's how you make paper in Photoshop, lined paper. Now, in the next lesson, I'll show you how to make these little sticky tape bits, which are quite easy, okay, because they can be quite fun to play around with and use. Okay, thanks. Bye.